Today we create a stylish opener in After Effects. Hey guys, what's up? This is Nikhil from dopemotions.com and welcome to this brand new After Effects tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to create this really nice and stylish looking opener or logo reveal, whatever you can say, into After Effects. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into the tutorial and get started. Alright, so here we are in After Effects. Now as you can see, I have already dragged in my images. So total we need 6 images for this opener and a logo. So yep, let's start from the scratch by creating a new composition, and let's call this our main comp. 1920, 1080, 30 frames, 10 seconds are okay, and hit OK. So I'm going to start from creating our base shape, which is going to be a polygon. So we can just double click on it. So it's going to create a polygon like so. We don't need the stroke, we need a fill. So just make this white or any color that you like. And going to polystar 1, polystar path 1, and change the points from 5 to 6. And I'll change the outer radius to 400. And yep, that's pretty good. Let's rename this to base shape. And we can log this up. Then we can turn on our title action safe by, you can just go right over here and turn on your title action safe and start creating triangles for our images. And by that I mean select the pen tool, just zoom in a bit, make some room, and I'm going to try to be as precise as I can. Go shift and just click right over here. And then just close this up like so. Change the color so that we can identify it or see it more properly, something like that. And then you can just need to position the anchor point of the shape, and for that you can just select, if you don't have the move anchor point script, you can select the anchor point tool, make sure the snapping is on, and you can just snap this up right over there. Then I'm just going to rename this to 01. And then I'm going to hit Ctrl D to duplicate it, change the color to anything that you want, doesn't really matter, and rotate it. So somewhere around there maybe. Yep, 60 degree looks perfect actually. Yep, that is looking pretty perfect. Then hit Ctrl D, duplicate it, change the color just to identify it, and rotate it, maybe this time minus 60. And there we go, perfectly lined up. And the same for the other 3 shapes. Hit Ctrl D, change the color, make it a different color, and rotate this up to maybe minus 120. Ctrl D to duplicate it, change the color, and hit R to bring down the rotation properties. By the way, R is the shortcut to bring down the rotation properties, and I'll keep it 120. That's perfect. And the last one, hit Ctrl D, something like a different, maybe green. We haven't used a green, so let's go for a green. Rotate it, maybe I'll guess 180 degrees. Yep, that looks perfect. We can hide our base shape, we don't need to see it. So these shapes are going to be our track mat for our images. And you can also use footages, by the way. It's not necessary that you need to use images. You can obviously use your footages, and that would look even more better. So let's start by creating a composition for our image. This is going to be our media placeholder. So I'm going to name this placeholder underscore 01 and hit OK and drag in my image. Then let's say I have this placeholder 1 right over here. I'm in the main composition and just drag it right over there. For now we can just hide the other shapes, so just to be make it easy for us to see, bring this down below our shape and change the track matte. If you don't see track matte, you can just toggle the switches and change the track matte to alpha matte, and you can see the shape is going to act as a matte for our image. Now we can obviously scale down a pre-comp maybe around 30%, and then we can just adjust it. I'm just going to turn off the snapping, and then we can just adjust it. Now you can see it's getting cut off, so I'm going to set this to maybe 40%, should be good. Yep, that is looking perfect to me. And yep, that is the base for this. And I'm going to do the same thing for all the shapes. So you can just go right over here, select this, hit Ctrl D, and create 6 copies for 6 images. You can go into placeholder 2, delete this image, and drag in your second image or footage, whatever it can be. Go in the third one, delete it, drag the third image, and so on for other pre-comps. Over there. And we go to the fifth one. Now, if you guys think I'm going a bit faster, then you can obviously, pause this video and, do it step by step. But I'll try to be as informative as possible and try to keep this tutorial short. If not, it will go a pretty lengthy one, maybe 45 minutes or something. So I'm just gonna go a bit faster, just to, don't take much time of yours. So I guess we are done with placing our images. Then we can just select the second one, drag it below our second shape, just turn this on so we can see it, and change the track matte to alpha matte, bring down the scale to around 40%. There we go, and we can just adjust it. Let's say I want to keep it somewhere around there. Yeah, that is a pretty nice angle. Bring down a third placeholder, change the track matte to alpha matte. There we go. Scale this down to 30%, or maybe let's keep it at 40, and this one, second one, to 40. That's at 40 already. So yep, there we go. Just place it according to your requirement. Maybe something like that looks pretty good. And yep, before placing the other 3, I'm going to start animating this one first. So to do that, what we need to do is first we're going to go step by step. So at the very beginning of the composition, let's select our placeholder 1, hit P to bring down the position properties. Create a keyframe by hitting on stopwatch, go to 1 second probably, and create a new keyframe. Then go back right over here and just drag it out like so. There we go. So we have this basic animation. Then from 20 frames, I'm going to select the second placeholder. Alright, right over there. Hit P, create a keyframe. Hit R to bring down the rotation properties, create a keyframe, and hit U so we can see both the keyframes. Go back in time to somewhere on there and create 2 more keyframes. Then I'm going to go back in time, just right over here. And maybe I'll move it to right over there and rotate it to maybe 30 degrees. There we go. And place the position to somewhere around, maybe around there. So let's see. Yep, that is looking pretty good. And the same thing I'm going to do with the third placeholder. So hit P, create a keyframe on the position, hit R to create a keyframe on rotation, hit U to see both the keyframes, then go right over there, create 2 more keyframes, go back in time and rotate it to -30 probably, and give the position something like that. So let's see how it looks. And yep, that is looking pretty good. Maybe I'll move this around, let them start from 1 second. So the first comes in, then the second and the third one. Yep, that looks pretty okay. Now let's drag in our 4th, 5th and 6th placeholders, change this to alpha matte, scale this down to 40% and place it wherever you want to, maybe somewhere around there. In the 5th placeholder, alpha matte, and it's basically repeating the same process. There we go. It is, and just scale this down to 40% again. Just place it as per your requirement or as per you wish to. Yep, that is doing pretty good. Okay, so let's animate them. So I'll go to 2 seconds, select the 4th and the 5th placeholder, hit P to bring down the position properties, create a keyframe by hitting on the stopwatch, go to 3 seconds, create a keyframe by hitting on this diamond icon, go back in time, and I'm going to select both these placeholders like so and just drag them out just like that. So now we have something like that. And then from 3 seconds, I'm going to animate the placeholder 6th, hit P to bring down the position properties, create a keyframe, go to 4 seconds, create a keyframe, go back in time, and just drag this out. So let's just select this and just drag this out. So it's going to come in like that. Yep. So yeah, that's a base animation. So let's make it look a bit more interesting by tweaking the graph editor. So right now it would look really lame, as you can see. Yep, that is. So let's go maybe around 4 seconds, a bit before 4 seconds, maybe around 20 frames. Select the first shape and I'm going to animate this. And hit P to bring down the position properties of the shape, create a keyframe, go to around 4 seconds and 15 frames and drag the shape inside like so. So now we have this animation, and from here our logo is going to get revealed. And drag it right over there. So let's place it in the position, hit S to bring down the scale properties. I'll keep it somewhere around there. You can also add a text if you want to. Yep, that is doing pretty good. Maybe I'll make it 35%. Yep. So our base animation is done. So we can just delete the base shape. We don't need it anymore. You can just delete it. Select all the layers, hit U so we can see all the keyframes. And let's make them a bit more interesting. So first of all, I'm going to select these keyframes. First of all, let's go and select all the keyframes actually and hit F9 to ease them. Select this ones and give kind of an ease out animation. Something like that. Select this ones. Go to graph editor. Select this handles and just drag it like so. And basically the same animation for all the keyframes. Just like that. And for this it's going to be a bit different. So something like that. So it starts slow, gets fast, and then ends slow. So now let's see our animation pretty quickly. Okay, the animation is nice, but the time is a bit too much. Maybe we need to adjust the keyframes a bit. So what I can do is select the layers actually, hit U so we can see the keyframes and drag them a bit close to each other. So I'm going to select these keyframes, drag it to around, let's say 20 frames maybe. Let's see. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. Go to right over, maybe let's say right over here. Drag this keyframe, hold shift so we can just snap in right over there. Go to maybe 2 seconds. Drag this and drag this as well, and this as well. Yep, this is looking pretty good. Let's preview it once. Yeah, that looks pretty perfect to me. So this is the main animation, and now we just need to do is duplicate some stuff. So let's pre-comp this first of all. Let's pre-comp it and call this animation. Hit OK. Let's create a BG by hitting Ctrl Y on the keyboard to create a new solid. This is going to be our BG. Hit OK and bring this below. So as you can see, really easy to create. Nothing that great, but looks really nice. So then what I can do is I can duplicate it by hitting Ctrl D on the keyboard. So this is our second animation. Hit S to bring down scale properties and scale it to let's say 115%, or maybe, yeah, you can see right over there. I think we can't replace the logo actually in the second one. So what we need to do is we need to delete it. And what I'm going to do is, instead of duplicating right over here, I'm going to duplicate it into the project panel. So I'm going to hit Ctrl D, so we have animation 2, drag it right over here, go into animation 2 and hide the logo. So now if I scale this up to 115, you can see we don't have that double logo anymore. And the cool thing is, you can do some really cool stuff with this. You can create a number of copies as well, or you can even displace it. So it can look something like this as well. So you can see, looks really cool and interesting. And it's really simple, you know, just some tricks and tips, and you can create some really nice looking logo reveal or opener, you can say. And yep, that is looking pretty good. And basically, to create the background animation, you can just duplicate it one more time. We have animation 2, we can change the color so we can just identify it later. And what I can do is I can just bring this right over there, scale this up a lot, like I'll say maybe somewhere around there. Alright, and yep, we go set this to full so you can see it in high res. Maybe, yep, that is looking pretty good actually. And then what I can do is I can go and add a tint to it, just like that, and change the opacity to around 20%. And there we have it, a really nice and professional looking opener. You see, looks really cool, and it's basically just, you know, the main aim or the main trick is just duplicating the compositions. And you know, you don't need to do it with just this, what to call it, hexagonal, yeah, hexagon shape, I guess. And you can create this with a triangle or a circle, create different shapes and make it look even more cool. You can also maybe add a drop shadow, so you can just add a drop shadow. Now, yep, one more thing, a lot of people ask me in the comment section that how I bring this pop-up for the effects, and basically I'm using the FX console script from Andrew Kramer, that is Video Copilot. So it's free. You can go to the website. I'll provide the link in the description. It's absolutely free, so you can go and download it. So yep, that is really super handy, and you know, it increases the workflow like a hell a lot. So I'm gonna set this to 0, bring the distance to 0, and increase the softness like so, maybe around 100. And you can also play around with the opacity like so. You can see, it depends on you if you want to add a drop shadow, or you can just leave it, you know. It also looks good without a drop shadow as well. But as you can see, it's really simple to create. You can also go ahead and add a vignette by creating an adjustment layer. Let's name this Vin, and double click on the ellipse tool just like that to create a mask, and add a curves adjustment. There we go. And just feather this up by hitting F on the keyboard. Feather this up to maybe 700%. And there we have it. Invert this. Yep. See, looks really cool. It's pretty subtle, but makes your work look really nice and professional at the same time. So I guess this is it, maybe. I don't think I'm forgetting something. Or maybe I think that is it. Let's have a look. Let's see. Yep, that is looking really nice. And as you saw, it is really simple to create. So yep, I hope this video is helpful to you guys in some or the other way. And I also wanted to let you know guys that I'm thinking of starting Photoshop and Illustrator tutorials as well. So I already did one Photoshop tutorial. I'll provide the link in the description or somewhere in the I button. And I already did Photoshop tutorials. So let me know in the comment section if you want Photoshop tutorials, Illustrator tutorials as well. I have some really cool tips and tricks to share only if you guys want me to make tutorials on Photoshop and Illustrator. So do let me know in the comment section below and I'll definitely make one. So yep, that is a wrap for today. I hope this tutorial will be helpful to you guys, and if it was, don't forget to subscribe, comment and like, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care and thank you so much for watching guys. Don't forget to stay raw, stay creative.